Defiance Bay, the city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution, now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by Whitewind's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to animancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
Oh. So, not a great time to be here either. Let's see if we're allowed to sleep at the Scrivener's dormitory. Spilled tea, empty ink pots, and one detailed sketch of a fire-breathing old dwarf are all that remains of a long study session.
How do you do?
By Will's eyeless face, you are one short ogre, but why are you green, and how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you like that? Okay, survival 2. Let me guess, you smoked a lot of white leaf? Or did you get your hands on some snowcap? He claps his hands and laughs. Snowcap. Snowcap. So few people know snowcap, much less ogres. He beams at you and nods his head. Maybe he's not the most useful person to talk to, but tell me about the dormitory. It's where the Scriveners who work at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries sleep. I'm a Scrivener. He sniffs. This place smells like old stockings. You're a Scrivener? He nods. Yes, I am a Scrivener. I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like sweet pie, or perhaps it was sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. That is interesting. It's like one of those, is it cake videos? Is it really a book, or is it actually a pie? Okay, let's go explore the library. Oh, this person has a name.
I grew up in
Let's go
Gilded
talk to
Vale.
Oleg. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in his soul. Okay, so maybe he's not someone I can speak to. But we'll click on him and skim this anyway. You see a dark room, its contents in disarray. This man moves through a house, throwing items into a bag. Oh, he's a thief. Outer door bursts open with an explosive sound. The man turns, bringing a hand up, holding a book in his other, whispering something that can barely be heard. Ice crystals begin to form at the tips of his fingers. Okay, so not a particularly good person there.
Quaint.
Oh, he wants to speak to me. Hang on.
The dozens.
Adea, what did you want to say?
Pretty sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off. Too bad, too. Said there'd be less of them.
Ah, okay, so Adea is definitely not on the side of the dozens. Why do they call themselves the dozens? That's a good point. There was 12 Deerwoodens stood outside the Halgot Citadel waiting for Wadewind to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate, so that's what they did. Oh. Godhammer? That's what they call the bomb they blew up Wadewind with. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god, guess you gotta name it. Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. What do you have against the dozens? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folks, anyway. The dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have them in Gilded Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honour or sacrifice. They like to invoke Magrin too, when they especially want to feel right. Somehow I don't think she'd be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she'd like to set them on fire any time they use her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. People hide behind symbols so they can't be questioned. There must be plenty of other groups that are better reflections of the figures that inspired them. Too bad. I'm not mind seeing something like that. Well, surely Magran has worthier followers. People hide behind symbols so they can't be questioned. That is true. In this and real life. The Duke's a reasonable man. Maybe while we're in Defiance Bay we can get him to force people to call themselves what they are. Don't imagine they'd have as many members if they called themselves the Loud. Okay, let's continue on, idea. Good idea.
I'd wager there are more than a few banned books in here.
Ooh. I like a banned book. Okay, let's talk to you.
Friend.
The woman barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. This is a temple? It looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is. Well is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raises her hands to the rows of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. Kana says to think there's such a place in the Deerwood is incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon these shelves? Fascinating. Isn't it? Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Anything else? Tell me about yourself. She throws her broad shoulders back. I am a scrivener and a devotee of Whale. It's my duty to look after our records and resources. Her chest swells with pride. So, okay, she's a librarian. Who's Grimda? Fexa speaks reverently. Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing, anyway. She scratches behind her ear. You should probably tread lightly around her today. Ooh, okay, so something has happened. Strange that I can't just ask her what happened. Oh, okay, I think this is where I'm going to be able to use my skill of reading tomes, I assume. No? Oh, okay, I can steal their books. I don't want to do that, because then they will be mad at me. So we're just going to go and explore Defiance Bay for a minute. I wonder whether these people will dislike me to start with.
The dozens may not like us foreigners much, but they certainly don't mind taking our coin.
Yeah, so we found out about the dozen kind of last time. I know that Adir does not like them, so we probably shouldn't side with them, otherwise Adir might be mad with us. Also, they sound kind of rude, so let's not side with them anyway. Ooh. Who are you? Bandon Lear, a well-groomed man, steps through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. I already don't like him. Bine the Nimble. One of his companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering in, I see. Just know that Bine's giant slayers run things around here and you'll be fine. Okay. I definitely don't want to say goodnight, Joy. Whatever you say, I've never heard of them. I mean, this is true. This might be slightly aggravating, but it is true. His eyes narrow. You have now. Stick around Defiance Bay and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason the Giant Slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. Oh, okay, they're going to be my competition for the bounties. A voice bellows across the hall. Enough jabber, Bine. You going to do the job or talk about it? Bine's jaw tightens. Wenan's right. That coin ain't going to collect itself. He looks at his comrades and jerks his chin toward the door. See you around, pup. Are we going to end up fighting them? I feel like we probably will end up fighting them. But he's the man in charge, presumably.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
Rough-looking man who glanced at us briefly as he scanned the mercenaries milling around the room. Tell me about the dozens or I'm looking for work. I am looking for work, in fact. But tell me about the dozens first. His expression becomes serious, the timbre of his voice deepening. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Deerwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. Adea says at least they remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. Your roots? The Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Deerwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who've protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended when the Godhammer destroyed Waidwen at Evandua Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Waidwen wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Halgot Citadel and faced down a god, held him there until the bomb went off. He thumps the table. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky clothes to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people. First line of defense, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. If it's not Wadewan, it's his damn legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenbury making things worse on all of us. Probably causing the whole thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defended Deerwood once. We'll do it again. Renan casually nods your way. His eyes continue to float from mercenary to mercenary as he speaks. What else do you need? Okay. I am looking for...
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Okay. Now, I'm assuming this isn't going to align us with the bad people here. I mean, I'm not signing up to join them, I just want some work. Is that him? I actually just quickly again want to adjust my sound because my music seems really loud. Okay. What are they doing? Practicing. Okay.
For the last time, Aidwig,
Yeah,
keep your
there he is.
fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
Okay, he's kind of intense. This man watches the training adventurers with the disinterested contempt of someone whose skills are wasted in this setting. Okay, I need to hire an adventurer. Oh, so we can get maybe new companions from here? I'm looking for work, or tell me about the expedition hall. Let's just go straight in with I'm looking
You
for
want an
work.
expedition? Talk to Wenin. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Okay, although he sizes you up, I do have something I need done. Something that requires... He glances sidelong at an adventurer flailing away helplessly at a dummy. Competence. Okay. That's interesting. So I can say, what do you need done? Or I was more looking for an expedition. I'll talk to Wenan about it. So this is not an expedition? What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Oh no. Okay. It doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
What did he do? Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea. I mean, yes, but did they have the wrong idea? Why don't you just go ask for it back?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
What's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
Okay, now I actually don't have an option to say no to this. So I guess I just say I'll see what I can do, and then I can choose to either do it or not.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
Okay, I'm kind of suspicious of this man. But, let's follow this, at least for a while. He leans in closer. I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Undra's Gift right after having his soul lineage read by a cipher in Dunwood Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks on me. Okay, maybe this is the bad part. Having his soul lineage read?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Okay, so maybe that is a bit more interesting. Maybe it's not him that's being dishonest here. Maybe this Penhelm is actually not great. So Sagani scratches the back of her neck and says, if generations of Massax traditions are any indication, this Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Okay. I would like you to tell me a bit about the expedition hall before I leave. It's treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money, hire adventurers to explore the wilds, looking for ruins mostly. If they come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, it's because they handle their weapons like this lot in front of me, who might as well be digging their own graves right now. Okay. That sounds good to me. Can I not have one of those? If I speak to Wennon, can I have one of those quests as well?
Go see Osric. He's usually got something.
Yes.
You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Okay, I can pick up 2. Osric sent me to you. I was looking for an expedition. I have expeditions, but they're not for just anyone. We dozens help those of like mind and deed. How about you give Osric a hand first? Show us where you stand. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, so we couldn't actually have done anything different there. We couldn't have said no to him and just got the expedition from Wennon anyway. We are going back to Copper Lane to see if I can find the theatre before I forget to find this secret underneath the stone that the child told me about. And I hope it's going to be good. Right, need to focus on what I'm doing there. What is this? That's not a good start. A dead initiate. As you approach the dead man, you feel the faint traces of his soul lingering. A stunned uncertainty holding it in place. When you near without warning, the soul hurries towards you as though you were a solitary light in the dark gloom of this place, come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. So is this somebody who's just died? Dead initiate. You are in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs, cloaked in a dark robe with a mask pulled over your face. You're following a familiar path along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours. Others await, clothed in hoods and shadows. So this isn't what usually happens. Ahead is another figure dressed like you, travelling in the same direction. You don't know his name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with a troll. The panic pounding through your brain is interrupted by razor-edged teeth and claws. Oh dear. You snap yourself out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on the damp and grimy ground. His hood and mask are missing, and his clothes are shredded. Why would his mask be missing? Did he just drop it, or is there something more happening here? Sagani draws up next to you. You alright? Look like you almost lost your footing for a minute. It happens from time to time. She watches you quietly. You really are a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people is born with the ability to speak to souls. Usually, such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow. She cocks her head. I would have thought my journey would be easier if I could see what you see, but looking at you, I'm not so sure. Neither am I. Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I'd been picked to travel far in search of something great. But even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little sceptical of your abilities before. I can't say I've met a real watcher before. I mean, that's fair. Adia says, oh, don't worry about her. She just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer her up, so I just let her. And Aloth says, once you've seen it a few times, the shock wears off. Kana, every time she goes a little strange in the face, I try and see if I can hear anything. Kana grins. It hasn't worked so far. See if you can get her to tell you what the spirit said. Okay. Right, so at some point, we are going to be attacked
I'll see
by
what
a troll.
I can find.
let's not be sneaky just yet. Okay, an ooze, a lesser black ooze. I feel like my preset should work with this, so let's just...
I'm here.
Is that immune to Hobbled? No. So let's do this to it and then just let everybody move. Okay, it's near death already. That's perfect. Great, okay. Which they don't. Is that because they're too far away again? Let's move them up. And this is one of those supporter things, I guess, like we found in the forest before. Warlock Wormblade, the Swedish chef. There were some really funny ones on the other one. There's a lot on this one. In memory of his wallet, may the pillars of eternity guide its contents to proper use. Tula Lunaris says, I have no idea what I'm doing. That's... I feel your pain there. Okay, so that was really the only thing in there. It kind of makes sense that there were only quite easy to kill black oozes inside. Oh, there is the troll. Oh dear. Okay, I didn't really want that to happen right now. Let's just pause that. Well, that did not go well. It is barely injured. What is happening? Why is this thing so powerful? Should I just have avoided this? Okay. Phew. Okay. The troll is down. What do we get for that? Troll skin. It's only worth 10 copper? Really? Afterwards. There's a strange noise. Is that a... Oh, what is that? A spalling? That, you can do that. And then move back. No, not you. You.
That's for my friends.
Huh. And here it says, you wake to the sensation of being... sorry, he doesn't say that. You wake to the sensation of being shaken, and you open your eyes to see Adair standing over you, his hand jostling your shoulder. He looks concerned. Your eyes are heavy and your vision blurred, the vague unease of unremembered nightmares clouding your thoughts. You are not sure you slept at all the previous night.
Hey! You're awake? Good. You were kind of thrashing around, eyes rolled back in your head. You were shaking. Trying to snap you out of it for a long time now. Thought I was gonna have to get a bucket of cold water.
Oh.
You don't seem like you get much rest at night. You got those dark circles under your eyes.
I know the feeling. Not lately. At night there are dreams and whispers. I get enough to get by. Well, mind your own business. Apparently there are dreams and whispers.
It's the Watcher thing, then. I'm sure it just takes some time to adjust is all. I'll try to let it sort itself out. But you'd better wake up faster next time. Trust me, you don't want that bucket of cold water.
It sounds like bones are moving, to be honest. Are we going to get attacked by living skeletons? Is there some necromancy happening down here? Most likely. Okay, stairs. Is this the way I need to go? Is there another way to go? Not that I can see. What is that shining on the map? Maybe it's just one of the bodies. A locked door. Still hearing the creepy noise.
I can do that.
Oh, I only have one lockpick. Yes, though. I want to try that.
Crave thou Philothelim.
That was where the creepy bone noise is coming from. I guess the skeleton people aren't that hardy, which does make sense since they are skeletons. So maybe this is where the room is. Looking for a room that has a statue in it. Luckily, that is not locked. A person who is not immediately going to attack me, I think. This small Orlan man appears to have pulled together some crates and scraps of cloth to make a rather sorry-looking little camp. The thick fur on his limbs is matted, and his clothing smeared with blackening grime. He looks startled as you enter, his eyes widening in alarm. I mean, not surprised. You wouldn't really expect somebody to be down here.
Welcome.
After a moment, however, he smiles weakly. Hello there. Wasn't expecting any visitors down in these parts. He glances around the dim room. What are you doing down here? Aeon grimaces. I've been a little down on my luck lately. Didn't have anywhere to stay, so I thought I'd come down here. Nobody pokes around in the catacombs much. Not until you, anyway. Okay, so we can use survival for to say there are less dangerous places to live as meager a life. You're hiding from something. Or someone. Or we can use intellect to say a sad tale, but not the whole story, I think. What are you hiding? I mean, those are pretty much both going for the same thing, aren't they? Let's use the intellect one. But Orlan looks away, clearly agitated. I'm just trying to get by. There's nothing else to it. And if that isn't to your liking, there's a whole lot of catacombs out there for you to have all to yourself. Okay. I can threaten him to get the truth, or I can say, if you tell me, perhaps I can help. Which I would. So, Aeon opens his mouth to snap something, his hands balled into fists, but he thinks better of it. He shakes his head slowly, expression resigned. Good choice, Aeon. Aeon sighs heavily. Very well, it's true. I've been hiding from the knights down here, but it isn't what you think. He ducks his head. It was an accident. What's he done? It's been hard for me here in Defiance Bay. I suppose I thought if I got involved in city business, if I made the right friends, it would get easier in time. And it did, really. I made a name for myself, a place. People actually listen to me when I talk. Well, they used to. People can get very passionate about these things. We were discussing, I think it was shipping agreements, of all the things to fight over, but this one night, this man, he got very angry. I think maybe he'd had a little too much at the inn. Aeon pauses, and I guess he didn't like an Orlan talking back at him. I struck him. He came towards me, and I hit him, and he went over like a tree. I guess he struck his head on the way down. Aeon lowers his gaze and shrugs helplessly. Turns out he was a knight. Oh no. The Crucible Knights won't care how it happened. They just want me gone. They won't let me live long enough to see the rope. Please. He looks at you with a pleading expression. I just want to get out of this city. The second I can get money for passage, I won't trouble anyone again, I swear it. I'll live quietly, but you can't. Please, you can't tell them I'm here. Aww. Have I even got 300 copper pieces to give him? Is this an option? Here, this should be enough to buy your passage out of Defiance Bay, or you're coming with me, you'll face it. Don't be so mean. Why would we hand him in? Your secret is safe with me. If... Oh, can I... I must be able to do this one. Why would it pop up as an option? This should be enough to buy your passage out of Defiance Bay. Aeon stares at you in disbelief. But this is... His face twists as he struggles for words. They said you were a kind soul. But I wouldn't have imagined this will see me out of the city and well away. And I've lost 300 copper. Oh, it's because I picked money up in here. So I did have 300 copper. Well, not anymore. But, okay. I'm happy that we helped Aeon with the money that we found. I'm wondering what he means by they said you were a kind soul, though, because he's not supposed to know who I am, is he? I'm not sure I could ever thank you enough, but here, take this. I hope it's some use to you on your journey. You have my lasting gratitude, friend. I should get ready. Gained the item rabbit fur gloves. Oh, okay. And he's gone. That was quick. Yeah, they should be fine to just auto-attack, I think. Oh, there's two. Right, let's just get rid of that then. As fast as possible. And... Okay, yeah. This one's not really a problem. Apart from Kana seems to be freaking out over there. Two more ooze. 2 oozes. Ideally, I only want to fight them one at a time, but I guess they're both going to move towards us, so let's go for this one. Okay, it's badly injured. Come on, hurry up and kill it so we can... Tyrant really needs to get back again. No, just him. Just him. Oh, no, he's down, that's why. Okay.
Get on.
He has really low health as well. Okay, Kana is also
Yes.
not doing too well. This is badly injured though. Can we knock back a primordial ooze? Doesn't say I can't. Let's try. Nearly dead. Come on. Okay. That didn't go perfectly, but it went okay. I've just remembered we had an option to ask that man we gave the money to about Rowena, and we should have done that before we gave him the money and he left. I hope we can still find her. Okay. Older robed man. In front of you looms the ghostly hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. Oh yeah. He casts a pale sickly light in the dark corridor as he regards you.
You are from Kratom, my dear?
His words have an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it has always been. Yes, I was born there. Or I only came to live there. I came to live there years ago. I was born there.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom. What made you decide to join our order?
Oh. Your teachings spoke to me. The world needs to know about the true gods. The gods have been good to me and I wish to repay them. I went through dark times. Nothing made sense. That all changed when your order came to my homeland. Well, I saw the gods grant miracles to your order. I'm honestly not sure.
As long as you are assured in your faith, the rest is not so important. Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
Oh, one option. I am. So that was interesting. We are now in the Temple of Wodicum, it says. What is happening? Have I just accidentally stumbled across the quest that I wasn't intending to do? We have this person to speak to. The mercenary eyes you warily as you approach, his weapon readied. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of that mass lot. Okay, so this is where they were heading. I could bribe him. Hopefully that's not going to be necessary. Or we can use intellect to say, relax. How would I know how to be here if I didn't belong? That is a good point. He thinks carefully, then nods. All right then, go on in and report to the acolyte, and she'll give you your assignment. They should be just about finished with their meeting in the big chamber. Any idea what's going on around here? A word of advice, friend. Don't ask questions. Just go and do what you're told. I'm going to completely ignore him and also ask, do you know anything about this place? He shakes his head. As far as can tell, we're underneath fast fires, probably under the ruined temple. Oh. Okay. He's just mercenary. He's probably not going to tell us anything. Let's just have a quick explore in the corner, just in case there's anything over here to do/loot. No. Okay. Wishful thinking. Right, I think this is a good place to pause. About to go into meet the acolyte, whoever that is, and find out what on earth's going on down here. Maybe this is also something to do with Rowena and why she is suddenly spiritually back and bothering her ex. So you never know. It might all be connected. Okay. But we'll find out next time. So see you then.